Starting in the 80s, kids were given a directive. My shoe fell off. Hang on. 1 second.
Starting in the 80s, kids were given a directive by a rumple-coated anthropomorphic canine. Take a bite out of crime. This ad campaign permeated schools and television commercials in an effort to reduce crime against kids. Its status as an advertising icon is legendary, but its efficacy as a crime prevention tool is questionable. This week's episode is McGruff the Crime Dog. Well, hello. I'm coming to you live from the closet under the blankets.
You look like the kid in Neverending Story in the library or in the attic, wherever he finds the book, just reading it under his blanket. Yes.
I'm Bastion, and I'm going to go out and find Falcor. I'm coming to you live from Florida. I'm in Fort Walton Beach with my nieces.
I'm coming to you live from Dallas, Texas, where a thunderstorm has made our dog Kate very upset.
Kate doesn't like thunderstorms.
She doesn't. You saw, I had to get her all set up before I could record because she has to be right near me when they're happening. So I had to get her bed so she could be right near me. Now she seems to have chilled out some. I also gave her her version of gummies. You know,
she needs
it's just like anti-anxiety stress stuff for dogs.
A doggy MC. Well,
Yes.
It's very appropriate that you have a dog with you as we are recording this.
Oh,
because
man.
we're talking about a dog today.
Oh, are we?
Oh, baby, hey, how you doing?
Oh gosh, I thought you're in Florida?
Oh, I made my way down here all the way to Florida.
I feel like you're probably banned from the beaches in Florida for several reasons.
I was humping someone's leg earlier, I won't lie. Well, those of you who don't recognize that voice, that's McGruff the Crime Dog.
Yes.
He's joining us.
McGruff the Crime Dog. Oh man, how did this even come about?
I believe we were talking on a Q&A many months ago about bizarre things I've purchased off the internet, including all of our Chippendales things. It might have been tangential with Chippendales because in addition to the Chippendales calendar that we bought when we covered that, as well as the playing cards, I avoided buying the Chippendales teddy bear because I thought, I don't want that. I don't know.
Nothing with fuzz. Things get trapped.
Yeah, fur from any decade that's not this one. I'm not, unless you put it in a case somewhere. Like, I don't want to get a teddy bear, like a vintage teddy bear.
No, that you can't wash. No,
not at all. No, so in amongst my eBay shoppings, also where I got my Margaritaville Crocs, I found a 1984 McGruff the Crime Dog vintage puppet, which I've said before I've always wanted because the librarian at my elementary school had one. I mean, I think the National Crime Prevention Council, we'll talk about in this episode, was giving them out or you bought them as like a kit, but she wouldn't let us touch it. And all I wanted was to touch the McGruff.
Well, now he's touching me. Not you.
Yeah, so then he came to live in my house and was just kind of sitting up on a shelf, and we talked about him in a Q&A, and then that's whenever I busted him out. And out of nowhere, I did not plan this. He just started hitting on you. I don't know what happened. He doesn't really like me even being around or care that I'm around, but
he's not as huge a fan of you as he is me somehow.
I think the only person he likes less than me is Tommy.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't like Tommy, or the cuck, as he calls him. He doesn't even refer to him by his actual birth name.
Well, McGruff's been coming on the tour
He has
with
been
us.
coming on a lot of stuff. And I would like to talk to him about this because this is a new house, McGruff. Yeah. And I'm tired of cleaning it up, quite honestly.
You keep having to OxyClean the rugs, and he's all over the place. Well, when he called Tommy a cuck at the LA show, and our dear friend Em was like, that cracked me up afterwards. I was like, thank you. It's very silly, but he's out of control. We can't control him, but he's been on tour with us. And many of our Patreon subscribers have been like, well, I really wanted my friend to hear that episode, but that was only a Patreon special mini-sode, which we call them mini-sodes, but they end up always being an episode's length.
Yes.
Like when we just covered the Corey Richins out of Utah, the murder of Eric Richins, and that was almost I think it was a solid hour for
It
a
was a full
mini-sode.
episode for sure.
We tell you it's a mini-sode, but then we just get going. But yeah, then during the mini-sode, I happened to just bring the puppet thinking we were just going to look at him, and then he ended up singing, he ended up hitting on you. I'm barely in this episode, so I'm glad we're doing an intro right now, because this is like almost probably the last time you're going to hear my voice for the rest of this.
It was a lot of fun. I believe a Patreon subscriber in the Patreon Q&A said, why don't y'all cover McGruff as a mini-sode? And we're like, all right. And turns out there's actually some very interesting information about the whole like keep kids off drugs campaign and DARE and everything, and how this kind of all tied together as this preventative tool to get kids listening to somebody about staying safe. It turns out that somebody is a horn dog.
You want them to pay attention to some authority figure, but then we talk about how is that a good thing to have? Does the policing happen in different neighborhoods differently? And also, if you just say no, does that work? Spoiler alert, it doesn't.
No, turns out.
Sorry, Nancy
Reagan.
It does
Sorry, Nancy Reagan.
But yeah, I'd like to dig into something that and love, and then you get the background on it. Because as a kid, I just accepted and thought, oh, the government made that up. But it's not just the government.
It's not just the government.
Sometimes it is the government, but not just.
Almost always.
But yeah, if you enjoy hearing McGruff and you want to meet him in person, you can meet him we're coming to Boston, Brooklyn, Washington, D.C. That's all in July, the 19th, 20th, 22nd. So don't miss it. And then after that, we'll be in Detroit, Columbus, and Pittsburgh in August. You can go to sinisterhood.com/live shows. Here's the thing with McGruff is he has like a vacation outfit, but we just sold out the Los Angeles show and he was wearing an LA Dodgers jersey. So his rule that he's now made is if you sell the shows out, he will dress in the sports team of your city choice. He will come correct repping whatever city we're in. So when we sell the Boston show out, I don't know how I feel about him wearing a Pats jersey.
Oh my God.
Maybe a Red Sox jersey.
Yeah, I think Red Sox over Pats.
But
you know what? If it'll sell the Boston show out, we'll put a tiny Pats jersey. And you might be thinking, do you mean an adult size jersey? Nay. Paris in LA went and bought like a toddler size Dodger jersey for him, and it fits him perfectly. Like it was tailored for him specifically. So it's like a size appropriate jersey that he's going to be wearing.
It looks like it's made for him, much like the Crocs looks like they were made for him too. So I would love to see him in a Brooklyn Nets jersey. That'd be badass.
Yeah.
Wear like some DC. Well, if he goes to DC, we'll put him in a full suit and make him an aviator so he looks like Joe Biden.
Yeah, if we sell out DC, he gets to look like a Secret Service agent.
Yes, we'll get him a little earpiece in his ear. We'll dress him up like a Secret Service agent. That would be very fun. I just want to dress him up. But yeah, it's fun to take a thing from your childhood and completely desecrate it and make it into like a very perverse thing, but also while learning. So
learning,
who doesn't care about that?
What McGruff was all about. Learning, teaching the kiddos. So we're going to teach you now about his origin story and so much more.
Don't miss, go to our YouTube. There's we recorded the video on this one because we kind of had to. So there's a full video version. We don't really have video versions of our episodes, but because this was originally on Patreon, and in fact, so many subscribers said, release this to the public. So give the people what they want. And now you get a full video version of this too. So go to youtube.com/Sinisterhood podcast and you can watch a full video version. Maybe I'll put a clip of me under my towel.
Oh, yes. You look fantastic. I like that your hair, it looks like you've been at the beach. You've gotten some sun.
It was my niece's first trip to the beach. She's never seen the ocean before. Got a little bold yesterday. The waves were pretty rough and her dad had swum pretty far out there and she goes, I'm going to swim to daddy. And I was like, it's like 30 yards. No, you're not. It's like,
No.
You're 6. You're not swimming to daddy.
You know what? I appreciate that she was like, the first time I see the ocean, I'm taking it by storm.
It's almost like she's my niece where you're like, I can do that. I can swim 30 yards right now today. But I did not break the news to them, which Tommy was sending a TikTok yesterday that the UAP that we covered, which was unidentified aerial phenomenon, is now unidentified anomalous phenomenon, which includes the ocean.
Oh, my.
So NASA is now investigating aliens in the ocean. You've heard of Cake by the Ocean, but this is aliens by the
Yeah.
ocean.
Aliens by the ocean.
Aliens by the ocean. So, of course, they would release that when I'm at the beach.
Yeah. Well, we've always said octopus are aliens, so I think we've got our answers.
We finally proved it. Alien octopus. But we hope you enjoy this lovely McGruff mini-sode, and we will catch you next week. We've got the first in a 2-part series, also somewhat related to the ocean. So we'll give you a little teaser there.
Yes. Well, for now, enjoy and Godspeed.
Oh, yeah.
Where did it fall?
Sorry. Fell off of his foot.
Wait, can McGruff read the written intro?
Yes, yeah. Ready?
Leave all this in.
Oh, certainly.
Oh, he's okay. Just for
Are you
those
ready?
of you listening.
Are you ready
we're
for me to
recording
start?
video so we can show people this.
Oh, yeah, there's video. It's the perfect one for a video.
Hey, buddy.
Hi. Starting in the 80s, kids were given a directive by a rumple-coated anthropomorphic canine. Me, take a bite out of crime. This ad campaign permeated schools and television commercials in an effort to reduce crimes against kids. Its status as an advertising icon is legendary, but its efficacy as a crime prevention tool is questionable. Hey! This month's minisode is McGruff the Crime Dog.
You.
Me! All about me. Hey, guess what's under this trench coat?
Oh, what's under there? Oh,
It's, they're
gosh,
watches. I got
McGruff.
some Gucci watches, some Rolexes from a buddy of mine. Listen, they'll give them to you cheap.
are you
hey.
gonna flash me? Oh,
Check it
you're
out.
unbuttoning your coat. Oh,
I wanted to
McGruff.
show you what was under this coat.
Oh,
Crazy.
no.
I did notice that McGruff does not wear a shirt.
No, he's from the 80s.
I'm like
Just-
Dog Columbo.
You are.
So we have, for those of you who are listening, not watching, I have a McGruff the Crime Dog. This is a impulse buy from eBay. It's a puppet.
Clearly, you needed it.
I did. I got it from, I was at wine night with some friends, and I don't know why we got to talking about it. And I just got on eBay and was like, when I was a kid, I once
His
saw
little shoe. He's wearing these tiny shoes. And so we're using a new program, and we look at those are like baby shoes.
You're so little.
Those are literally like toddler shoes that they put on this dog.
Well, yeah, they are. They don't have insoles. I'm sorry, McGruff. They need to get you some. You need to be
you're gonna get
gelling.
flat feet. Well, we're recording this video, and for Heather's got McGruff. I got blankets. I got a whole situation going on behind me because I'm waiting on my sound panels to get here.
Is that a Bigfoot blanket? I just want to know, is it Bigfoot?
It is Bigfoot. It is.
Nice. Hell yeah.
There's also a Spider-Man comforter, and I've got a high chair we don't use, propping all these up, and
There
a
you go.
bookcase. It's, McGruff, you're not the only one who can solve problems.
Everybody wonders why we don't often record video, and it's because this chaos is normally going on
Pure
behind us.
chaos.
But we figured we're using this new software, and it has the video capability. And what better one to record than one with visual aids like
Perfect.
McGruff? So
Perfect.
do you remember this program? I got this because as a child at Rutherford Elementary in Mesquite, Texas, there was one of these in the library, and we were told repeatedly, you cannot touch it because it's expensive and obviously fragile and it would break. So only the librarian or a teacher can pull it out to like mouth along with the songs.
Oh, I do remember McGruff, but
Go on.
but I can't remember the songs that we're going to listen to on these tapes.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I know. I don't really remember, I don't think McGruff came to my school, but I do remember Dare.
Oh, yeah. Rip
Were y'all
off.
in competition, or did you work together?
They were trying to dick swing McGruff. With their T-shirts, their lousy T-shirts.
Yeah. Now
Kids-
they're ironic, right?
Exactly. People are like, dare to do drugs. See how good that did?
Now, it made us do more drugs.
Honestly.
You helped get crime off the street.
That's right. I stopped bullying. I used very disturbing imagery in my television commercials that would fuck you up. It was like cinema verite, noir shit. I wanted you to know that the shit was real. Real.
Oh, no, you can't blink. That's how for real you are. You have no eyelids. You're always on alert. You can't even sleep because you're always trying to stop crime.
He don't stop. He started in he just celebrated his 40th birthday.
Don't tell people my age.
You look great for 40, McGruff.
I look great for any age.
You do, yeah. I'm 44.
Nice. You
Thank
single?
you. No.
What's your deal?
I'm married with 2 kids.
You know what? Marriage, adultery ain't a crime, is it?
Pulling down your
What?
trench coat more?
I'm just saying, adultery, it might be against the commandments, but it's not a crime.
That's true. You don't go to jail for cheating on someone. Whoa, your tongue is red, McGruff.
Give McGruff a little sugar.
Can I call you McGruff? Is that what you like to be addressed as?
Some like to call me that. Others just say, ooh, baby.
Ooh, baby.
McGruff, God, shut up.
Don't cockblock McGruff.
I won't. I'm sorry. God.
Little red lipstick is going to come out. You know, dogs.
You know how
got
I
the red
like to do
lipstick
it,
that comes out.
baby. You know how I like to do it?
How? Doggy
I like-
style?
Well, that's what you would think. I like woman on top.
Of course you do. Do you
Hell
leave
yeah.
the trench coat on the whole time?
Yes, I do. I just open it up and then I say, take a bite out of this.
Why is he laying back?
Oh, McGruff is he's way more sexual than I thought he would be.
You know how hard it is every day to save lives? That's what I'm doing, by the way. I'm saving lives. I got to unwind at the end of the day.
No, you look like you enjoy, I think you and Cocaine Bear might get along. I feel like you got, even though you're trying not to do drugs, you have a look about you.
What did you just say? Did you just bring up my arch nemesis?
Oh, no.
Cocaine Bear.
Is that your Well, it wasn't his fault.
Well, I agree. But I don't want kids to think it's cool to do cocaine because it's
That's
not.
true. No.
We'll sing
No.
a song about it later. I don't mean to interrupt your show. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I want to hear about me.
No, I want to hear about you too.
Oh, he's ready.
Are you ready to hear about yourself?
If I may, can I be a part of the intro? I know you guys do a thing where you say your names.
Yeah, we do. Oh, do you listen to the show?
I'm a huge fan.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks. I just want to
What's
say
your favorite episode?
Well, my favorite episode has to be, I'm sorry, but episode 13, because I have actually also shit in that same Albertsons parking lot. It wasn't in a car.
No.
But
do you drive a car?
I do.
What kind of car do you drive?
Why'd you make that face? I have a nice car. I have a very reasonable 2010 Hyundai Elantra.
That sounds lovely.
It's a nice car. It's reliable. It gets me from point A to point B.
I think it's great.
Thank you.
So you wanted to be a part of what we do at the beginning?
Yes, I want to be
You
part
want
of
to say
the
your
intro.
name? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to say, I'm Christy.
I'll say I'm Heather.
And I'm McGruff. So let's get into it.
Oh, you took my line, but I'm okay. I'm okay with it.
Thank you.
You're the only person I'll let take my line.
You sure you're not single?
You got to talk to my husband.
Oh, I'll talk to him. I'll plant evidence. I'll have him arrested. He's going to go to jail. Guess what? Ella, Simon, McGruff's your new daddy.
I thought you were trying to stop crime. You're gonna plant evidence.
I have power. I'm drunk on authority.
God damn.
McGruff, you gotta go. You gotta lay down for a minute.
Okay,
All right,
buddy.
I'm going to kick back and listen.
Okay. Well, if at any point we're not doing you justice, let us know, okay?
Okay, he's nodding. He's nodding that he will.
Okay. All right.
Sinisterhood will be right back. Well, I'm here in Florida at the beach, and I'm very glad that I brought my Athena Club razor with me so I can stay slick and smooth when I'm jumping in and out of the waves here in the ocean.
You're not trying to rub up against some fish and make it all prickly.
I don't want to be prickly, and I don't want my skin to get all burned because I got to get in the pool and the ocean, so razor burn hurts. But with my Athena Club razor, I don't even have to worry about it.
Nope.
Athena Club's razors have thousands of 5-star reviews from customers, and the magic starts with the Athena Club razor blades. They're surrounded by water-activated serum with shea butter and hyaluronic acid, so you get a silky smooth shave that actually leaves your skin soft and hydrated, not strip dry.
The razor kit is only $10, and it comes with 2 blade cartridges, a magnetic hook for shower storage, which is so very handy and so very satisfying when it just on that little thing, and your choice of handle color. I now have lilac, navy, rose gold.
See, I had started with navy, and now I have lilac, and then I ordered coral, so it's coming. I'm excited. And you don't ever have to worry about dull blades because you get refills sent on your schedule. Just choose how often you need fresh blades, and Athena Club will send them automatically with free shipping. So you'll always have the best blades for the best shave.
And if you're trying to get that super slick ocean pool ready vibe going, you've got to get the Athena Club Cloud Shave Foam. It is so thick and luxurious. It stays on while you shave. You don't have to reapply. And your skin is so silky smooth after you use it. It's seriously amazing. I'm out of some, and I'm about to have to order some myself.
You got to get it. I love that stuff. Show your skin you care with the Athena Club Razor Kit. Get started with Athena Club today by shopping in-store at Target nationwide. Just head to the shaving aisle to buy your razors and your refills.
Well, we have a third for this episode, and he's fantastic.
He's the greatest.
Well, he already said, let's get into it, so I'm just going to dive in.
Let's rock and roll.
The lovable, fictional, anthropomorphic cartoon bloodhound we would all come to know as McGruff was first conceived of in 1978 when the Ad Council was asked to develop a public education campaign. Paid for by the Department of Justice, the Ad Council's directive was to encourage citizens to engage in crime prevention in their own neighborhoods. 19 agencies came together to form the Crime Prevention Coalition of America to work on the project. Is that right so far?
So far, so good.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thanks.
In 1979, the ad firm Dancer Fitzgerald Sample, now Saatchi & Saatchi, brought the crime dog we all know and love to life. During his first appearance, McGruff had no name. He was simply a dog in a trench coat, telling viewers to
take a bite out of crime.
The dog's initial audience was adults, with his campaign's focus to
stop crime.
He would provide tips like locking your doors, creating community watch groups, and keeping an eye on your neighbors. It rolled out across television commercials, radio advertisements, and billboards in its initial run.
Well, it's funny because I think we talk on the show when cases happen, the 60s and 70s. And now to us, to hear that there would be an ad campaign that's like, you have to lock your doors. We're like, yeah, we're already locking our doors.
Duh.
But that was not happening.
No. It used to be where you could everybody knew each other. You left your car doors unlocked. You left your front doors unlocked. Your kids walked to school by themselves. It was a different time, McGruff.
It was chaos until I came around.
The campaign distributed over 300,000 brochures that read,
"Got a minute? You could stop a crime."
In the early months after the dog's debut. By 1981, the group had distributed 1 million brochures, making crime prevention a widely discussed issue. His focus shifted from helping adults to helping children and teens. Kids were encouraged to avoid strangers for fear of being kidnapped and to resist peer pressure and stay off drugs.
And I think the design of McGruff with his trench coat was very timely because that was the days of Columbo, right? Like you would expect to see a crime fighter kind of like in a trench coat, later popularized.
Also, Robert Stack.
That's right.
That's right. He took the look from me.
Oh, yeah. No, you were the first to do the trench coat for sure.
Well, I did take it from Columbo, but
okay. Well,
I
Columbo,
did it
then Richard Stack.
Here, FMK, me, Columbo, or Robert Stack.
Oh, can I pick you for all three?
Hey.
I'm sorry. Just the first two.
Thank you.
I'll pick the first two, and then I really like Columbo and both of them, though, so I don't know.
You have to choose.
Columbo.
To kill?
I'm killing him.
Wow. Damn, that's hard. I would. Oh, he's looking at me. I was going to say, God, F. Columbo, definitely marry McGruff. Yep, I want to. Not, 'cause he keeps looking at me with the unblinking eyes. And I'm sorry, kill Robert Stack, even though I love him and I thought he was
There
delightful.
you go. Yeah. No, but you're a huge Columbo fan. I mean, there's no winners, right?
No, there's not.
No, except for you, because you're marrying both of us.
That's right.
In 1982, the organizations participating in the campaign formed the nonprofit organization National Citizens Crime Prevention, which focused on citizen involvement and community policing efforts. The dog got his name, McGruff, shortly thereafter, following a nationwide contest. The winning entry of McGruff was suggested by a New Orleans police officer. That beat out other entries like
J. Edgar Dog, Sarge Dog, Keystone Cop Dog,
and
Bones.
What was the last one?
Sherlock Bones. Let me just say,
I like that one.
it's still what some people call me.
Yeah. That tongue.
First.
What?
He said he has to get rid of your husband first.
Oh, shit.
I can't support this. I love Tommy.
I'm going to get him.
He's horny for you, dude.
I
Shit.
know. It's the blankets. That same year, the McGruff House program was created, offering kids a safe place to go when they are in danger or when they feel threatened or fearful. Volunteers at the McGruff houses, which are marked with special signage to alert kids, calm the children down and contact the authorities if necessary. The program was discontinued in the early 2000s due to changing ways kids got to school. The McGruff Truck program was a similar program rolled out by the NCPC. Utility trucks are outfitted with McGruff stickers so kids could flag them down and have the drivers call police if they needed help.
Which it makes sense that throughout the 80s and 90s, this would be a necessary thing because frequently kids were walking to and from school by themselves, and that definitely has phased out. And so it's like, oh, well, it's not as effective to have that.
Do you remember these vans or anything? I don't remember any of this.
I do remember the McGruff houses. Or no, I'm sorry. I do remember the McGruff trucks. I don't remember the McGruff houses, but I remember seeing like you would see like a electricity Encore truck or whatever would have a sticker on the side of it that I always wondered what that was. But now in retrospect, again, it makes sense if like someone grabs you because you don't have a cell phone back then. But nowadays a kid would just call 911 on their own.
Yeah.
But if you couldn't, you would get the people in the trucks have like radios. They could have radioed for help.
I don't remember that, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen, McGruff. Okay,
You're lucky
I
you
wasn't
didn't
paying
get
attention.
snatched. You could have got snatched.
Well, I feel like you're making me feel like I am snatched.
I like some snatch.
Okay. Jesus Christ. God.
What? I'm a grown dog. I've got needs.
You're really 4 times. You're like 280 years old in human years, right?
That's right. I'm immortal.
You're a wizard. Even with these helpful programs, McGruff's focus remained on educating children through public service announcements. One 1984 McGruff TV commercial features an adorable girl in pigtails walking down the street. A car slows down and throws open its door. McGruff announces,
That's Jenny, but that's not Jenny's dad.
he goes on to warn that if she gets in the car,
You may be looking at Jenny for the last time.
I've told you my biggest fear as a kid was getting kidnapped. So this would have scared me to, I would have, everything about this would have been effective for me.
If you watch it even now, I was like, Jenny, don't do it.
Don't do it, Jenny. That's not your dad. Don't see. It holds up. Your message
does.
holds up.
It does.
The commercial then shows a playground full of kids playing basketball, laughing, and riding bikes. McGruff warns,
A lot of kids there. Every day in this country, 60 kids disappear. Some run away, but a lot are kidnapped by strangers or even by people they know. Almost 20,000 kids a year. 20,000 kids. One kid at a time. Maybe your kid. On your street. Just like Jenny.
The kids playing on the playground disappear. The commercial cuts back to Jenny, who declined the stranger's ride and lived to tell her parents about the incident.
She
All
narrowly
thanks
escaped.
to your message.
That's right.
This is disturbing because it does show all these kids playing on the playground, and then it like snaps in an instant, and then McGruff just turns and looks at the camera and is like, "You're next." I was like, "This is a fucking threat." But I mean, again, if people were leaving their doors open, letting their kids walk wherever you want, as the government, you're like, we gotta throw some ad dollars behind this because it's the Wild West out there.
It's like the Scared Straight program. You got to put the fear of God into them so they act right.
People learn best when they're terrified.
A lot of leaders think that way.
I don't think
And
that's true,
I consider
McGruff.
you a community leader.
Thank you. So do I.
McGruff's ads all ended with an offer to write into his P.O. box to learn more. Recipients would receive brochures, coloring and activity books, and even McGruff masks printed with details on ways they could clean up their neighborhoods. McGruff famously attended school assemblies at elementary schools across the country. During his visits, he hyped the crowd before delivering a meaningful message. The assemblies covered common McGruff topics like staying away from drugs, avoiding strangers, taking care when walking or biking near streets, and standing up to bullies. One assembly filmed and uploaded to YouTube shows McGruff in a Florida elementary school dancing vigorously to Ace of Base's It's a Beautiful Life, while a class of kindergartners cheer him on with pom-poms. At the foot of the stage is a sign reading,
"Stop the violence."
part of McGruff's campaign of the same name that aimed to help kids work together with teachers, parents, and administrators to end or reduce fighting and school bullying.
And it's very cute. The kids are so hyped up. That song slaps even in 2016.
It's a beautiful life. Oh, it's a beautiful life. Isn't that one?
Hell yeah, that's my jam.
And
Ace of Base I was a big fan of them. It was more in the 90s.
again, this was shot in 2016, and McGruff's like,
I won't let go of a hit when I find one.
I like it. I appreciate
right.
it. You're bringing it back.
right? But there is a message at the end of it, and if that gets them up off their feet and the blood pumping, it makes them listen more. Maybe it helps.
So this was 2016.
He's still around.
Man, we're not hearing enough about him.
I think why aren't there more instances of McGruff? I wonder if it's trailed off. It seems like he ebbs and flows, as we'll see. Like they'll reinvent him. He addresses different topics as they come up. He's multifaceted. He's got a lot.
I feel like we need you now more than ever, McGruff. So now's the time to come back.
Thank you. I never left, but thank you.
You're right. Now's the time for us to give you the credit you've deserved this whole time.
Put some respect on McGruff's name.
Yes. Tapes and booklets of McGruff's lessons were also available to school districts to implement in class learning. Utilizing cassette tapes and McGruff puppets, teachers and administrators could deliver lessons, and it looks like McGruff has delivered one to us right now. What have you got for us?
This right here, I'll read the cover to you. It says McGruff's Elementary School Puppet Program, 1st grade. Turn the page, please.
It's the teacher's guide with instructions, and it gives you a table of contents of all the various things that are taught.
Okay.
Some include crime prevention, stranger danger, fire safety, alcohol abuse, roller skate and bicycle safety, stranger danger, and child abuse in various forms.
Well, you know what? Those are all hard topics to talk about. And I think a cute dog that is trustworthy is a way to resonate with kids.
That's right.
They listen better. And it shows you how to hold McGruff properly. It doesn't say what to do if he's trying to get with you.
What if he's trying to cuck your husband? What do you do then?
I'm going to come for you, Tommy Brown. I'm going to cuck your ass. God. What?
Threatening.
You have to calm down you have to go back on your wooden stand.
Oh,
I feel bad. He's so
buddy.
sad. He's so sad. Let's just refocus and talk about what things that you could help with.
Okay.
And,
I would love to hear some of these tapes.
okay. Well, I have let me pull out. The problem is they're cassette tapes. So we have a audio rip of some of them on YouTube. There's also like a call and response that you can do for teachers and children. And I would like to do one with you.
Okay.
I'm going to find one that's about, it says, respect for authority. That's what we're going to start with.
Authority.
Sinisterhood will be right back. I like this Paired app because it's helping with we were planning a trip for Paris's birthday, and there was a whole little quiz back and forth about your travel style and your planning style. And I learned something new about my darling husband, that he doesn't like to plan too much. He likes to be able to kind of go with it. I sort of knew that, but having it in writing helps, you know?
It does change it when it's in writing, because you know that it kind of reaffirms what you may have thought, but now you're like, okay, you know, when you write something down, it kind of makes it a little more concrete. So I've also found out some things from the Paired app. And being the competitive person that I am, when you get that little notification that Tommy's taking a quiz, I'm like, well, now I got to take the quiz because I got to see his answers. So does it help with communication? Certainly. Does it help give you that little dopamine of you've completed something and you get a little like reward? Also, yes.
Double bonus.
It's called Paired. It's a relationship app for couples. You and your partner download the app, you pair together, and every day Paired gives you questions, quizzes, and games to have fun, stay connected, and deepen your conversations.
It's simple and often hilarious. So each day you get a quiz to play or a question to answer, and you can't see your partner's answers until you answer yourself. And I also like this because I will answer it, and then I'll say, I answered the Paired thing. And Paris is like, oh, well, what'd you say? I'm like, wouldn't you like to know? But then it's great because it gets him to do it. So then I learned stuff also about party styles. That's something that one was one that, while it was, you know, did we learn something? No, but it opened up the door for the conversation, because we both know how we are at parties, that I will stay until 5:00 in the morning, and he wants to leave. He'll get his fill and he's ready to go. But it's funny to see it in writing. And I was like, oh, interesting answers. But it also asked me what is Paris's style.
Mm-hmm.
I got them all right, because it was, I would like to leave, please.
Yes, I like the ones where it's like, answer what your partner would say to see if I get them right. Those are super fun. Whether you're just a few dates in or you've been together a long time, it's time to lighten the mood and have fun with your partner by using Paired. Head to paired.com/creepy to get a 7-day free trial and 25% off if you sign up for a subscription.
Just head to paired.com/creepy to sign up today. Connect with your partner every day using Paired. A happier relationship starts here. Who remembers? Oh, wait. Sorry. I'm supposed to start at the beginning one. They have the review.
Don't start in the middle. I'll be confused.
Okay, here we go. When you're at home, who do you obey? This is me asking you, Christy.
Oh, I obey myself and the rules of the house.
You would obey me if you were my woman.
And yeah.
Well, who do you listen to and obey at school?
Teachers.
Why is it important to listen and obey to a person in charge?
Because they are there to keep you safe and things in order.
That's right. McGruff is an authority, and we respect him. He mentions in his song that people in charge in the community are people like police officers and firefighters and those that can help you. Can you think of other people in charge who you should listen to and obey?
A caregiver, a teacher, a coach of a sport you might play. McGruff.
If you were mine, I would listen to and obey you every day.
Would you do what I told you to do?
Hell yeah, I would.
I'll go and you guys can.
No, please don't. I'm scared of what will happen if you do go.
It doesn't work without the third.
Oh God. I mean, he's right though.
I hate it. Well, we can play, I'll provide Tommy with an audio clip to play one of these songs. So the very famous song was Winners Don't Use, and that's it was like a 1-minute song, and that was in his jingles. But he also has this song about marijuana we can listen to.
Oh yeah, let's listen to that.
Never try marijuana, don't try it at all. It's a lie. It's like beating your head on a wall. Say no way, marijuana's a fast way to fall. You will pay, cause it's doing you no good at all. And you know, if you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow, cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it.
That's true.
You know, if you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow, cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. Oh.
Any more than
Well,
that, you got to pay.
I like the sentiment. I don't know if I agree, with, I don't think marijuana ruins your life, but I do agree life is a gift, don't abuse it.
I don't know how to say this, but I've come around on marijuana.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that, because if we're going to be together, you're going to have to come to terms with it.
I'm not going to be sniffing around for nothing. I respect your space. Whatever.
You're not going to be sniffing around?
Oh, I'll sniff around. Oh, stop.
I'm going to find you in my closet, my dirty clothes. Oh.
You got to calm down, man.
All right. In 1994, the McGruff campaign received $92 million of donated television time and print space, making it the most prevalent campaign in the United States that year, according to the Encyclopedia of Community Policing and Problem Solving. Some of the PSAs were heart-wrenching, including one addressing gun violence that showed the funeral of a young boy who had been caught in the crossfire of gun violence. Another was set to a tune singing "Where Have All the Children Gone?" and showed a montage of funerals, vigils, and grieving families sobbing at their loved one's side.
Initially, when I was watching these PSAs, I thought they were pretty heavy-handed. But when you think about it, that is the truth of what happens when kids get caught up in gun violence. And I won't say ironically, but horrifyingly, from 1994 to present, now gun violence is the number one killer of kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe it's time to bring PSAs like that back that show this is a problem that has a very significant and severe a consequence to it.
It's pretty eye-opening that from the early 90s, this has been something that people have tried to address. I feel like we don't address it now as much as we did back then, and it's way more of an issue now. So that's what I'm saying. We got to get you back on the circuit.
I'm ready. Put me in, coach.
Any day.
We gotta. At first, I thought you shouldn't show this kind of stuff. It's like heart wrenching and cheesy and whatever. But the both of them are actually well done. The first one is actors, so it's kind of a recreation of a mom holding her baby, singing a lullaby. It's like maybe a 6 or 7 year old little boy, and she's singing a lullaby to him when a police officer comes up and checks his pulse, and then the dad comes around the corner and they all start sobbing together while she's singing "Hush Little Baby, Don't Say a Word." It's haunting. And then the "Where Have All the Children Gone" is actual footage of funerals and vigils of kids that were lost to gun violence. So we talk about burying our head in the sand and going, oh, it's too emotional, I don't really want to think about it. But when you put it in front of people, it gives you a reason to talk about it, think about it, and say that does matter to me.
Yeah, for sure. Jack Keel, McGruff's creator at the agency and the Crime Dog's original voice, told the magazine Children Today,
"Our challenge was to come up with a fresh way to bring home this vitally important message to children. We already know from studies that kids see McGruff as a trusted adult. An astonishing 97% said they would try to do what McGruff tells them to do."
To reach kids at their own level, the team developed Scruff McGruff, McGruff's scrappy and energetic nephew, to reinvigorate the brand and meet kids where they are.
I get it. I was getting a little long in the tooth. They decided they needed to reinvigorate the brand. I know what that's code for. Ageism.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this happened to... do you know Scooby-Doo?
Yes, we're familiar. I've been trying to catch him in all the smoke that's coming out of the mystery machine, but I recently changed my stance on marijuana, so we're cool.
Well, they kind of did the same to him, where they brought Scrappy in, you know? Like, I feel like Scruff is your Scrappy.
Oh, definitely. And people hate him just as much as they hate Scrappy Doo.
Oh, do people hate Scrappy Doo?
I think he's less beloved. I think he's got his
Oh,
place.
yeah, for sure.
But he's less beloved. Like McGruff's the one true crime dog. We're never going to let some nephew take his place.
He doesn't even have any credentials. Do you know how long I've worked on the force? Do you know how many perps I've taken down?
How many?
Thousands.
I believe it.
And thousands more. I planted evidence on them so I could cuck them and take their wives. Listen, it's my MO, okay? I can't help myself.
Oh, I'm not the first.
Baby, you're not the first, but you'll be the last.
Oh, well, thank you.
If I had you, I'd never let you go.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Well, although the character of McGruff is beloved, one man who played him felt crime take a bite out of him. In 2011, John Morales, a former McGruff crime dog actor for the Harris County Sheriff's Office, was arrested in Galveston, Texas. I know, it's such a disappointment, isn't it?
It is.
Ironically, a drug-sniffing dog was to blame, according to CW39. Morales had been speeding through Galveston at 50 miles per hour in a 35 zone around 3 a.m., and the sharp-nosed canine detected marijuana in his car, McGruff.
Oh, man, let him go.
Once inside the trunk, officers found a load of marijuana seedlings alongside diagrams of 2 indoor pot growing operations. The police then used the diagrams to seize Morales' stash, comprised of 1,000 marijuana plants, 27 weapons, including a grenade launcher and sawed-off shotguns, and 9,000 rounds of ammunition. The weapons were particularly damning for Morales, who had previously served 2 years in federal prison for an illegal silencer and a homemade bomb.
Well, there you go. It's felon in possession of a weapon. It's automatic. I can't save you, man. Also, a grenade launcher?
Yeah. I got a question. How was Morales even in this job if he had previously been in federal prison for these things?
Timeline-wise, I believe he was McGruff the Crime Dog. Then he went to jail for like 2 years. Then he got out, and then this happened, and then he went to jail for 16 years.
Wow, he learned nothing while voicing you.
Right?
It's all in the literature.
You're getting kind of blurry there.
Sorry, I got too close. I got excited.
That's okay. Morales told court that he was a good person who got into drug running to support his struggling family. He pleaded guilty and in 2014 was sentenced to 16 years in jail. Despite his fluffy former day job, U.S. District Judge Vanessa Gilmore told the defendant,
"Everything I read about you makes you seem like a scary person. Guns and bombs and hand grenades."
Morales' attorney disagreed, telling the Houston Chronicle,
"He's a very, very smart, intellectual guy and a caring individual. He's not as scary as the judge thought."
Well, this sounds a little bit like one of the recent episodes we covered. You listen, so I'm sure you know all about Drew Thornton.
That's right, Drew Thornton. He stacked his apartment fat with all kinds of crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hydrochloric acid and whatnot.
Yeah.
If
Ammunition.
Give me close to him, I would have busted his ass.
He also, well, I don't know that he was doing it to support his family, but, you know, he was into drug running and stuff too, and smuggling.
People get addicted to the lifestyle.
They do. Just like you, McGruff, are addicted to the lifestyle of stopping crime.
Oh, yeah. I'm also addicted to the lifestyle of that ass.
I swear to God, you're not coming on the air anymore. This is the last time you're on an episode.
Tommy is our producer, and he's going to listen to this, so.
I hope he does. I don't fight a man without fair warning.
Well, here's your fair warning, babe. McGruff's coming for you.
Uh-oh. My money's on Tommy. Sorry, McGruff.
Oh, shit.
I like a challenge.
I'll tell you what, though. Only one of you lets me stick my arm up their butt. So you got some advantage there.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm glad you guys have a close relationship.
Well, then.
Well, as of 2010, over $1.4 billion in advertising space has been donated to the NCPC's public service announcements. McGruff is still in the business of helping kids. His current PSA campaigns tackle issues like cyberbullying, bullying prevention, and school, internet, and cell phone safety.
That's right. Crazy shit happens online. Crazier even than the streets in the 1980s.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. I think
Crazier
so.
shit went on in the streets in the 1980s than it currently does on the internet right now.
Why? I'm saying the opposite. Things are worse now than they're ever been.
Yeah. Things are
the
way
perfect-
worse now.
So much worse, but don't worry. They'll get better.
I hope so. With your help, yes.
That's right.
McGruff's legacy continues to live on. He celebrated his 40th birthday in 2020. Happy birthday.
Thank
And he is still a well-known figure in crime fighting. His image boasts a 73% recognition rate among adults by image alone, and a 94% recognition rate once his name is mentioned. Even though he encouraged us to take a bout out of crime, McGruff is guilty of one crime himself, stealing our hearts
That's
and our
right.
panties.
You ever see the dog in that copper tone ad where it's pulling off the bathing suit? That's me, but with bitches in the street.
McGruff, you pervert.
What? I got a badge. There's nothing you can do about
You
it.
got a badge. We got to listen. Well, McGruff, so what do we think?
So what do we think?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
He's trying to steal all the lines. I think as a kid, I know it definitely made an impact on me. I listened more. I was enamored with the puppet so much that I bought one myself. It's on the flip side, yes, that each of these issues that he addressed with like a single line in this book is also a iceberg under the surface that has to be addressed with like so many more things, like stranger danger. The statistics are it's more likely that your kid's going to be harmed by someone they know, or with drug abuse. Like just say no is ineffectual, and it takes a lot more education. And why am I saying no and things like that? So I think that while McGruff is a very good start for kids, and it's sadly, like we talked about on this week's Freaky Friday, that you can't explain something like a mass shooter to a little kid. You have to be like, we're bunnies hopping in our spot. You can't explain quite the devastating nature of being snatched to a kid as easily as you could through a puppet, and just be like, it's bad for reasons. Trust the puppet.
And I think kids are more likely to feel like they can talk to a puppet, like a cute dog puppet, than look into the eyes of an adult and be able to ask questions that they might have and things like that. Just like, have you seen the fantastic movie McGruff starring Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss called What About Bob? I don't know if you've seen it.
I love that movie. Baby steps here, baby steps there. That's the method I'm going to use to
There you go. Well,
get in your bed.
Richard Dreyfuss, who's a psychiatrist, uses puppets to talk to his kids. So
Yeah.
there you go. It's just like you.
It's true. And you're right. I think if a kid recognizes him from a cartoon, then they're more likely to talk to that person than say like a random police officer that comes in and has totally good intentions. And you want to tell kids like you can, if an emergency happens, mom and dad are sick, you can call 911, right? But I think the recognition and the softness of a sweet dog. And I saw a video, but a couple years ago, I think it was out of Georgia, and the county sheriff brought the McGruff in, and the kids were screaming, man, they still love him to this day. So it's good to see he's like still around and still has a place. But there's also like the issue of, are you teaching kids that it's good to snitch on people or call the police for things that maybe don't rise to the level of an actual emergency? So again, I think it shouldn't start and stop with McGruff. It can start with McGruff, but parents have to take responsibility and go beyond that of like, this is why sometimes you don't need to call the police. It's better to call, animal controllers, but just teaching them that it's not the be all end all answer. Okay. I know.
Animal control. You said animal control.
What? Call who?
Yikes.
I'm just saying, if there's a loose dog, you don't need to call 911. You can call 311, which is animal control.
But not like me, right?
No, you're not. Well, you are pretty loose. It sounds like.
I'm a loose cannon, baby.
It sounds like you're a bit of a hound dog. You're a bloodhound, correct?
Yes, I am.
You got that hound in you. Get a hold of a leg, you're not letting go.
I'm not letting go at all, baby.
Stop. God, you got to go back on your wooden stake or whatever this thing is, your holder upper thing.
I agree. I think it's a good jumping off point to get maybe what is an uncomfortable conversation rolling, but if you're like, I heard McGruff came to your school today. What all did he talk about? And then, that's kind of an opening to what it can often be heavy and uncomfortable conversations.
That's true. If the kid's like, oh, we learned about whatever, fire safety, or we learned about stranger danger or whatever, you can start at home. If the kid comes home and it's like, he asked me for pictures of my mommy.
Send nudes.
I'm sorry. You got to go up. You got to go back to where you came from, buddy.
Well, McGruff, I appreciate you being here. I know you're very busy, so taking time out of your schedule to join us. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me on the show, guys. And hey, I'm your first guest on this new software. I hope it went well.
Oh, you are. Thank you. And I'm going to see you later, right?
You can count on it, baby.
I mean, I don't even need to tell you where I live. I figure you can just sniff it out and you're going to run on over here.
Oh, wait, this is the chair you were sitting in yesterday to do the live stream?
It is.
Hang on.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
Oh, his face is right on the seat.
I got the scent. Hey,
All right.
wait, do they make a candle in that scent?
Oh, they do. If you go to goop.com, you can get it.
Been there, done that. I don't need a candle that smells like Gwyneth Paltrow's clam.
What?
Jesus. She was found not guilty today in her trial, McGruff. Have you been following?
Oh, I've been following. I love trials.
Me too.
It's one of his favorite things to watch.
Yeah, I agree. See, we already have so much in common. I can't wait. Can't wait to start this new relationship with you.
I'm going to open the door to the studio and he's going to be off of his stand. I'm going to be like, well, I know where he's at.
He's going to be over here. Yeah. He's going to be off the stand and on something else, if you know what I mean.
Hell yeah.
Well, thank you, the two of you, for letting me be in this episode.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for being here, Heather, with McGruff and I's
Thanks.
Mini-sode. Thank you, McGruff, for being here. Thank you to all of you listening for supporting the Patreon. We could not do this without you all. Make sure you request to join the Facebook group if you haven't already. Subscribe to our Discord server. We just updated the pinned post on Patreon with all sorts of helpful links. So go there for all your information and do you have a website? Do you have any upcoming stuff you want to plug?
Oh, thanks so much. The thing about McGruff is when you need me or when you least expect me, that's when I'm there.
So anytime when you need him or when you don't need him, he's always there.
Day or night.
So you're always around. Just look for him anytime. If you need him, just look for him. He'll be there. Just like, what's that song?
That song, I'll Be There.
Be there.
That's right.
Who sings that? Mariah
Michael
Carey?
Jackson.
Michael Carey. What's wrong with me?
It was not Mariah Carey.
Was it?
It's okay, baby.
Thank you. I'm so flustered by, I'm blushing by all your compliments.
It took a turn. I apologize. I didn't know he was going to be like this. I would not have invited him on the air.
It's okay. You know what? You better watch out.
We're cool. We're chill.
Well, McGruff, do you want to say the sign-offs?
I would love to. Thank you.
Okay. You say both of them.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. As always, the devil rules the airwaves. Keep it creepy. Ruff.
Thanks, McGruff.
Thank you, McGruff. Well, if you like our free episodes, you'll love our Patreon bonus content. You can join for free to see what we're up to next or dive into over 500 hours of bonus content like the episode you heard today. We also recently released our special Sinisterhood Live at the Texas Theater as a Patreon perk. So head over and check it out. That is the video one, too.
Yes,
you don't just get to hear the audio. You get to see the whole shebang. It was filmed by Moment. Very high def, great quality, and it was a super fun show. So
and there's full, visual elements. You get to see all of it.
Oh, yeah. Lots of visual elements. And for recent patrons, thank you so much for supporting this show. And make sure you stick around after our sign-offs to hear your shout-out.
And don't forget to head to Sinisterhood.com to get some sweet Sinisterhood merch like t-shirts, mugs, totes, and even clothes for your kiddos. You can just head to our website, Sinisterhood.com, and click on Shop on the top banner.
You know who shops there?
Hey, McGruff.
McGruff.
That's right.
You can also review the show, follow us on socials, and check out the episode description for more fun like topic-based playlists and links to live show tickets at Sinisterhood.com.
You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Sinisterhood Pod and like us on Facebook at Sinisterhood. You can catch the full video version of this episode on our YouTube page at Sinisterhood Podcast, as well as on TikTok. We're also on Cameo for custom video shoutouts. Where are you at, Christy, on the computer?
I am on Instagram at Christy M. Wallace and Twitter and TikTok at Christy or GTFO. Heather?
I'm on TikTok and Instagram at Heather vs. the World and Twitter at MCK vs. the World. Thank you so much for supporting the show on Patreon. Here are your special Patreon shoutouts. Amy.
Mackenzie Hernandez.
Rachel.
Amanda Guthrie.
Ashley Poindexter.
Brittany Pennington.
Lauren Wolfangel.
Cosima Ichkel.
Leah Kaufman.
Kara Jenkins.
Jennifer Lockhart.
And Wu Eliu. Thank you so much for supporting this show. We could not do this without you. We hope we got all your names correctly. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep it creepy.
Mwah.